All right, good morning, boys. What is up? Sorry for the late trade recap. I was trying to get my camera to work. Today was a pretty shit day in the market. I'm not going to lie. There was literally nothing for you guys to catch besides a short to Asian lows. I'm going to explain why I was obviously bullish. And I believe there was obviously going to be an SMT there, of course. Right? So today was a pretty weird day in the market. I'm going to go over my thoughts on why I was bullish. Right? You can see right here I made $830 across 4 different Lucid accounts. Now, I got very lucky with my trade ticker. To be completely transparent with you guys, I blew my lead account, and for some fucking reason, it just didn't copy trade, and it still says they're alive. I'm going to see if that's the case at the end of the day, if it stays that way, but in theory, it should be fine, because it does say that was the only count that was affected. I'm going to go over my thought process coming to market open, why I was bullish, obviously. This is what the market looked like before market open. Right? Oh, shit. Right, take a look at the higher time frame. 4 hour, we're obviously bullish, right? We rejected this gap, this order block, pushed higher. We created a new fair value gap, pushed higher. Now what do I see on the hourly time frame? We created an order block, tapped into the order block, respected it on the 15-minute time frame. Why does it always do this bullshit? This is what I see pre-market. This is what I see pre-market with these highs right here resting above us. Right now, this is the trade I took on my eval. I'll go over it right now real quick. Hold up. On my eval, this is the trade I took. I believe it was from here. And if we go forward in time, yeah, and then right here. We rejected 0.5 of the range, or this range, whatever range you want to do. This is a balanced leg, so I'll use this one. But this one works as well. We tap into EQ of the range and get a nice displacement. I'm longing towards this high up here. Right? And this happens. We just push lower for no reason, right? Now this fib is now invalid. And here's what I see. At market open. After this large displacement, I enter in long right here. Stops down here, targeting this high right here. Obviously, my fill was a little better for some reason. I don't know why. I think I got filled here. Entered right before this candle closed, right? Targeting this high up here. Now, you guys know how I trade. You guys know I trade like a pussy when it comes to take profits. I always tell you guys to put your fucking take profits a few points before the actual draw liquidity. So what? My take profits like here. Essentially there, right? And if we see how this plays out, I got filled to the tick. My take profit got hit to the fucking tick. And we dumped from there. Why did we dump? Market open. We have, let me exit replay mode. This shit is so ass. Right? A market open. We have, at this point in time, a move up on Nasdaq and a move down on ES. What does this mean? When ES and NQ are this uncorrelated, stay the fuck away from the markets. Like, honestly, stay the fuck away from the markets. I got pretty lucky because I was very bullish, and I figured ES was going to pump as well, but the fact that ES kept on dumping, I was out of my position, right? And I would never have, if I lost that trade, I would not have re-entered under these conditions. Why? As I mentioned before, the only draws in my eyes for shorts for today, if I were to short, would have been Asian lows, right? ES takes out Asian lows at 934. So at 934, what do we get? We get an SMT at Asian lows right around here. Wow, here. This is where you get an SMT with Asian lows, right? So at this point in time, I don't even know if this is not how you draw the SMT, by the way. This makes no fucking sense to me. I don't even know how the fuck I draw an SMT through a candlestick. But in theory, this would be how you draw the SMT. This is a bullish SMT, right? Because ES, is this how you draw the bullish SMT? I trade SMTs, just not this fucking crazy ass scenario, right? At this point in time, ES is all the way down. I mean, in theory, you could draw the SMT from the 930 low. That would make more sense here. But either way, we have an SMT at Asian lows. And if you look at this high, 820, is that 820? 820. ES never takes them. So at this point in time, we have an SMT at this high and an SMT at this low, right? When you have an SMT on two different spectrums of the market, and the markets are moving in two different correlated assets, the S&P and Nasdaq are moving in two different directions, stay away from the markets. I could not stress this enough. When the markets are not moving in a clear direction in unison, stay the fuck away, right? Today we made an SMT at this high, while ES was already taking out these lows. That is not something you want to partake in as a trader, right? I will tell you, I got lucky today, 100%. I took this trade right here to this high. I got an early fill because that's how I trade. I've been edged too many times in the market, so I always put my stop loss, or no, my stop loss stays there. If I take profit a few points before the actual drawn liquidity, the drawn liquidity was around this high. I was actually targeting this high, so I put my take profit like here. I got filled by a few points. I played it safe. Either way, made around $830 across 4 accounts, so I did make around $3,000. Hopefully with that, I could see myself taking a payout this week. I do need to make, I think, another $1,000 per account to satisfy the consistency rule, and then I'll take a small payout. But today was not a day you should have traded. There was no clear trade. Even if you tried shorting here and you made money, I don't believe that was a good trade just because there was already an S&T at your draw on liquidity, right? That is not something you want to partake in, right? Was this trade a good trade? No. Why is this a bad trade? Like I said before, you have all this shit going on ES, which is clearly bearish. ES hasn't given you any move to the upside. You also have to read the S&P when you are trading Nasdaq. You can't just read Nasdaq and hope for the best, right? Maybe now we see a move to the upside, right? We're still in this 4-hour gap. We tapped this 4-hour volume imbalance. We swept Asian lows. I do believe if we get a move to the upside, it will be now. Let's see the fib. All right, so we tapped EQ of this range. All right, so we tapped EQ. What is the range? A lot of you guys ask how I use fibs. I literally just start from the range low to the range high, range low, range high. What is this? 0.5 of the range. So now we're at equilibrium of the range. We swept Asian lows, and we are in a 4-hour gap. If we don't have to, if we are going to look how price reacted when it tapped into 0.5. If we're going to push higher, we should push higher around here. We shouldn't really push any lower than 0.705 of the range. In theory, right? Trading is all theory, and this is where I want a lot of you guys to understand that in trading, theory is going to kill you because you are just going to trade based off theory and automatically assume that it's supposed to happen. It's theory for a reason. Your job as a trader is to react to what the market gives you, not predict. And if you're predicting everything, all you're using is theory. You're applying theory like, oh, 0.5, it has to shoot up now. Oh, we tapped the 5-minute gap. We have to reject off it. No. See if we reject off it. You have to react to what the market gives you. We tap into the equilibrium. We tap into the 5-minute gap. We reject. Then you enter. Right? What I do here, waited for rejecting from equilibrium, and then I entered. Right? I lost. I still really like this trade. Right? I waited for a rejection from this gap, and then I entered. Right? I didn't fucking bottom tick anything. Right? Pretty shit trading day. I can't even lie to you guys about that. Pretty shit trading day. Yeah. Overall, not the best day. If you guys are going to use any accounts, I'm still recommending Tradeify and Lucid Trading. They're the only firms I'm actually trading with right now. I love their rules, and they have pretty good prices compared to other prop firms. I've realized how expensive some prop firms can get, and Lucid Trading and Tradeify, or whenever they're running a sale, I would say they're fair price. I would say full price. I don't recommend buying their accounts. I don't recommend buying any funded accounts full price. However, we live in an industry where all people do is market. So Tradeify, Lucid, TopStep, Alpha Futures, if you look at these accounts, they're always 20 to 45% off, right? So you have to realize sticker price, the price you're getting on the website is never the actual price. So I always recommend waiting for a discount. You're rejecting now. Right, like right now, I think Lucid is 35% off and 40% off some accounts. So that is a definite steal for most of you guys, right? I also believe Alpha Capital Futures is 10% off. That's not a steal. I would still go with Lucid 100%. And I do believe Tradeify is still 30% off. So those are all sales that you guys should definitely take advantage of. And I hope you guys have a great day. And I will see you boys tomorrow. All right, peace out.